Hello! In this video I will be drawing in Ibis paint, but I have no idea what I'm doing. This is my first time using Ibis paint. A bit before the video I did try out some brushes that I downloaded and I actually quite like them. I also will be using this app called Spin the Wheel. Basically just make a wheel and spin it to see what it lands on. So I made a wheel to choose what OC I will draw today. Now let's see what it lands on. Okay, it landed on my OC Ash. He's actually the first OC I ever introduced to this channel, but I didn't say very much about him, so to put the information about this character, basically most of the information is that he's an android. I'll probably make another video talking about his backstory later, but it's too long for this video, so I'll just mention it later. Anyways, this video I will be talking about my thoughts on Ibis paint. I think sketching in Ibis paint went smoother than when I sketched on Procreate. Sketching was very calming for me this time around for some reason, and the brushes just kind of made it feel smoother, I guess. Also, I've been starting to notice, but in Ibis paint I feel like I give myself a little bit more creative freedom. Like this time I put more detail into the sketch to the point that I didn't have to do very much more when I filled in the base colors. I really just had to add a little shading, and yeah. I've always enjoyed sketching digitally, but for some reason sketching in Ibis paint was some of my better experiences when it comes to sketching digitally. Anyways, enough about the sketch, let's talk about other stuff. So I've been playing Genshin Impact a bit more recently, and I finally got Tarnari. Excuse me if I'm not pronouncing his name correctly. Anyways, I've been stuck on the Ascension quest for quite a while. My friend says that once you have like a 5-star like Tarnari, that it'll most likely be easier for you to do the quest. Currently I'm leveling him up. I know it says you only have to be level like 35 or something, but I tried the quest with characters almost level 50 and it was still hard, so. Also, I might post a video about Genshin Impact, so if the next video is about Genshin Impact, that's because I got excited and wanted to make a video about it. Anyways, let's go back to the drawing process. I downloaded this blending brush and I used it almost everywhere in the sketch and while in the coloring also. I think here you can see what I mean. I did only end up using like 3 brushes even though I downloaded more. I tend to use a minimum amount of brushes when I'm new to a drawing program. So anyways, let's talk about like what I didn't love about Ibis paint. So I didn't love how the only thing I could really complain about was that I didn't know where the stuff was, but that's because I'm new. Other than that, amazing. And oh, and I didn't love how the blur tool that comes with Ibis paint was not really good. Like, to me, it didn't do anything. I really wish it had Gaussian blur like in Procreate. That would have been amazing. I didn't love how it had a circle wherever you were drawing. Like, that felt a little bit unnatural to me. I don't know why, it just felt weird. But I think it was only the circle when you were erasing stuff, but I didn't erase very much, so it didn't bother me very much. But either way, just that's the only thing I can really say about it. Anyways, I really like this drawing program. I will most likely use it a lot more frequently, so stay tuned for that. Oh my gosh, why is drawing eyes so hard? Now watch me struggle to draw a mouth. Yup, this is my life now. I've recently been incorporating line art into my art, but for this drawing I only did a sketch, and for some reason I like the messier look of it. Also, I love just adding eye bags under the eyes. It just makes the drawing look so more realistic and so cute, and it makes them look tired, and I love doing that, you know. Yeah, anyways, so for this, I also use the eye bags as like a bit of a way to add blush, usually if I'm sketching, but yeah. I don't know why, but the brush I have in Ibis paint made the eye bags look like a little mini galaxy, and that made me so happy, and it looks just so pretty. And yeah, anyways, I also added a few lines under the galaxy eye bags, but it kind of took away from it, but I still kept it because I like adding I like how it made it look a little darker. Now I'm just shading the nose and thickening some areas in the sketch, and also just shading it a bit more. Then I went in and on a separate layer and shaded it a bit more and merged it to the layer under it. Okay, now we're moving on to coloring. I usually start on the head, or the most fun thing for me to color, which is the hair or skin. So for this drawing, I started on the hair. I really enjoy coloring hair, and especially for this OC because it's red, and sometimes I can make it fiery, and it kind of like changes depending on how I draw it, but usually it's like a fiery kind of red, but like dark, like how I have it drawn here. Sorry if I zoom in and out a lot. That's just how I draw. It's I tried to have transitions in the video when I'm zooming in and out a lot, or just move it around so it doesn't look like I'm zooming in and out a lot, but I don't know if it's working or not, so sorry about that. Also, for extra information, red goes very well with purple, blue, and dark blue, lots of blues and purples, and sometimes green depending on how you do it. So it can be a really cool color palette if you do that, and that's why a lot of my OCs have red and purple or dark bluish purple in their design. It took me a bit to find alpha lock on this program, but I found it, and now what I'm changing the sketch color to match with more of the colors. Also, don't forget to keep a backup of the old sketch just in case. Anyways, for this drawing, I chose a dark bluish purple color for the sketch because it matches very nicely with the red hair. I chose darker colors for this drawing, and I ended up not having to make a bunch of add layers to do highlights because I could just add a bright color and it worked well. After adding highlights, I chose the hair base color and made it darker and more saturated for the shadow part of the hair. Now for the skin, I chose a bit of a saturated dark peach purpley color. Then for the blush, I actually used a dark red color. Now for the eyes, I chose a purple color and then a blue purple color to shade them, and then I used a kind of like dull yellow color, and then I went and I added a brighter yellow to make the eyes very shiny. Now I'm going in with the bluish purple color and adding like a white-ish, I guess, color to the shirt, and then a purplish gray color for the rest of the shirt. I guess it's a jacket, I don't know, this is basically his school uniform. Also going to be adding highlights to the badge. It says HY for no reason. I might change that later. Wow, my boy looks like he goes to Hogwarts. I literally just came up with nothing. Just random 2 letters. Yeah. Also, I'm basically just adding highlights for this part, and then I'm going in and adding even more highlights to the hair. Now, as usual, I went in with a multiply layer and a pink-ish purple color and overlaid the entire drawing to create extra shadows. Now, I went in with an add layer with a yellowish orange color and drew over the drawing to create like kind of like a lighting effect, change the background, and then we added his name on the side. Don't forget extra details that don't matter. And now the drawing is done. Please enjoy this time lapse of the drawing, and then I'll come back to you later. Okay, that was the time lapse. My overall thoughts on Ibis Paint is that it's an amazing program, and I will most likely use it just as much as I use Procreate from now on. My rating for it is like literally 10 out of 10. It's amazing. I had fun doing this drawing, and I hope you enjoyed watching this process. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a nice day. Now it's time for me to fly away till next time. Bye!